what should you do if you can't get subtle P done for you?
So we often get asked, hey, I want to come to you, but I can't. What are my options at this point? Subtle P is the #1 way to go. I mean, we truly believe. And the problem is that we really feel a lot of places are not offering subtle pigmentation.
You know, you're getting plastic surgery, right? This is like a lifetime decision. That's subtle P, right? You want to, it's a Friday and you don't like your hair. That's SMP.
Because truthfully, if you're gonna have plastic surgery done, and let's say you want a nose job or something to your face,
you're gonna do research.
You do your research, and
you're gonna
look
go to the guy.
for the best
you're gonna
person,
go to the girl,
or at least like the top best people, right?
You do a little more research than people do in SMP. I think that's fair to say.
I completely
agree.
Okay. I love that. As opposed to Friday night, just gonna go.
I mean, that's a lot of what it is. I have a wedding coming up. Can you get me done in 2 weeks? Essentially, what I want to say and communicate is if one of your sessions is getting done in 2 hours, run from that, because any skilled artist to do a whole head, even if you have a lot of your hair and you're right here, I'm taking 4 hours on those guys. It's not just penning with a pen these dots, right? We have to go into a live organism. It takes so much attention. It takes so much deliberate control. You have to be hyper focused.
Absolutely.
As opposed to doing SMP where it's just big polka dots all over. You can get it done.
And it doesn't matter if the skin's taking it or not. You don't care. You're just gonna go as deep as possible.
They don't care what your skin looks like. Yeah, they're cranking it. No, they absolutely are going a lot deeper. So let's break it down. What are options guys can consider? What should they be looking for? We always say, go ahead, healed results.
Healed results. Absolutely. Right. If somebody is not showing healed results and they're only showing you the fresh results,
perfect.
I mean, right there, why would you want that? That's only going to look that good that day. We've said this many times.
You don't have a fair consideration of what their work looks like.
You can't tell what is scalp micropigmentation anymore and what is real. Isn't that crazy? And that is the power of Scalp Logic.
Because you're not going to a company for what their fresh results look like. You're going for their healed results, right? You don't care so much the first day. It's what does it look like every single day.
Exactly.
And that's what we're talking about, the healed results. There's a big difference.
I would really say that followers and likes do not equal great work. That doesn't mean and I say this with kindness. It doesn't mean because somebody has tons of followers and tons of likes that means that they do great work, okay? There's a lot of Photoshop, there's a lot of things involved, and we just kind of want to highlight that. That's not something to be looking for, and I think a lot of guys, they are looking for that. There's like, oh, it's a really big page, they're really well known, this is where I want to go.
A lot of people with fake followers, if someone has 50,000 followers on Instagram and they do hair dots for a living, I don't know if anyone has that authentically, right?
I would say the next thing is the customer service. Do they really care about what you're saying to them, or are they saying, hey, I need you here at this time because we have to be done by this time? These are really big things to keep in mind, I would say.
Sure.
Customer service is everything.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the privilege we have. But we actually, today we have a guy coming in a few minutes, and it's his day. It's a milestone for him. It's one of his, 3, 4, 5 sessions. But for him, it's a huge thing, and we're hyper focused on that. It comes down to if they're doing one session in 2 hours, 2 or 3 sessions of doing 2 hours each, and you're done. Your result's done. She's shaking her head because it's just not the right way to do it. No, there's different ways, different strokes, different folks. Everybody has their own ones, but that's what we're saying. We're on our soapbox. If you want the highest standard, if you want impressions that are actually the same size as a hair follicle, there's very few artists in the world. There's probably...
Why is there few artists doing this? Really quick.
Number one is you don't have the skill, right? It takes a long time. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of understanding the skin, understanding the needle, how you drive it into skin, all that kind of stuff. And then on top of that, number 2 reason is it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's like 4 or 5 hours of, it's almost like studying for 4 or 5 hours. And you can't just stop for 15 minutes because you're working on a paying guy, right? That wants this beautiful treatment done. So it's a lot of pressure. And again, I go back and compare it to the SMP. There's very little pressure, right? They go deep enough where they don't have to consider a guy's skin. If he has a little bit of dry skin, boom, we'll drive right through it. The needle's that much bigger, and there's a lot of reasons why people use that bigger 3 needle.
It's easy. I mean, honestly,
it's definitely easier. It's more efficient as far as getting a result, and that's always been the flack I've received through all of my years. It's not dark enough, all the above. But to me, The compromise is making it look unnatural.
Yeah.
And that's the guys that we get coming into us. The guys that are like, I'm not gonna get this done if it looks unnatural. Or most people, you know, they're okay with being at the grocery store or the gym and you can see the ink dots on their head.
Oh my gosh.
I would never. I'd be a bald man, happily, if that was my only option. Because we get a lot of guys from the UK. We get like 1 or 2 people a week say, hey, I'm in the UK, I can't come to the US, right?
I would say another option is talk to their previous clients, their previous healed clients. See if you can reach out to them and see how it's healed, how comfortable they are with the actual procedure that they got done. I mean, when you get insight from somebody else other than the actual company, I think you're getting from the real source, right?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I mean, we're big on transparency. We're big on just being authentic in the hair loss industry as a whole.
Yes.
You know, it's just, you get lied to, everything's manipulated.
You've got to look at it as an adult and be like, okay, you know what, is this the real deal? Is this not the real deal? And it can be confusing to kind of navigate through it, I think. And as well as dealing with the pressure of going through hair loss.
Single needle, you know, I really made my mind up. I've been kind of politically correct. I'm like, listen, there's room for the 3 needle, but I'm sitting here saying now, I mean, we bust it out every now and again.
But I would like to highlight this. It's very rare, and it's for only maybe certain
spots in the back where the skin is a lot thicker, right? Without getting in all of it. The skin's a lot thicker. So we'll do it there, but never in the front, never where, you know, everyone can see the feathering and all that good stuff.
I think more than anything, it's like, you know, for us as a smaller company, because we are a smaller company and we really pride ourselves in quality, it's quality over quantity when it comes to this procedure for us. And I would say finding a company that kind of has those same values and really cares about you as a person and what your treatment's going to look like in 5 years. That's just a big deal. And doing your homework and talking to that person, you'll really be able to feel that.